FayWhat Show. We bring you interesting interviews with the most incredible people from our community, and today is no different. We've got this incredible human. Her name is Danna Davis. She's a director, she's a writer, and now she's an actress as well. And we're going to find out about all her projects right now. Good morning, mi gente. Welcome back to the FayWhat Show. We're joined today by my girl, Miss Danna Davis. She's the co-founder of Mary It's Mary Productions, which is a pioneering transgender-owned production company. As director, writer, and executive producer, Danna spearheads diverse LGBTQ+ projects. I love you, honey. How are you? Welcome to the FayWhat Show.
I love your bed. This is so nice.
This is what she has to say. The first thing that she says, I love your bed.
I'm in bed with FayWhat.
Yes.
Okay, work, honey. And then you have a gorgeous child here.
I do. A fur pup. That's Luna.
How beautiful.
That's Luna. I mean, I steal her on Mondays, and she just is so
Is she
cute.
your co-host on the FayWhat Show?
I think she's the main host, girl.
Okay.
Honestly, I think I just come in to kind of support her, you know.
That makes sense.
And I'm still trying to figure out if she's like straight or bi or fluid. We're not really sure. Okay. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like wherever floats her boat, and I'm okay with that. I let her be her, you know.
I love that.
So, but she's celebrating Pride Month with her Pride bow and everything, doing her thing, right? You people at home, if you have pups, you should be putting a Pride flag on them. I forced my dog to put on this shirt that says I love my two mommies, and it's all rainbow,
so
right?
Sweet.
It's sweet, but she's a Trumper, so she hates the shirt, you know.
What about the ladybug?
Oh, my ladybug. So this is my ladybug, right?
Okay.
And I love ladybugs. And so my godmother was the one who supported me growing up. I wasn't out to my family and friends, right? But I was out to my godmother. Like you can't hide certain things from certain people in your lives that really know you, right?
Yeah.
And so unfortunately, she passed away a couple of years ago, and ladybugs were her thing. So like every time a ladybug lands on me, I kind of feel like it's a kiss from heaven. Is that a little weird?
I love it. I also have a fondness for ladybugs.
Do you?
My story's a little different though.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the first time I went to Israel, I got a gig in Tel Aviv.
Okay. Ooh. All right. Okay.
Amazing. And I was living in the Lower East Side, and I got the gig, and all my friends, early 90s, and all my friends said, I don't know about Tel Aviv, you should be careful.
Yes.
I said, no, I got a gig, and everything's paid for, I'm going. I'm getting a hook. So I went.
Money talks. Danna's like, I'll go wherever.
Exactly. So I got to Tel Aviv, I got into my Airbnb, and I said, let me go outside and, swoop the neighborhood, see what's going on.
Scoop it out.
Yeah, and so I was walking, and I hear these Israeli guys were saying, coccinelle, coccinelle.
Is that a bad word?
And I called my girlfriend. I said, why are they calling me coccinelle? And they're like, coccinelle, coxy. And then she goes, girl, coccinelle is ladybug in French.
Oh, okay.
And the thing is that there was an amazing French, gorgeous performer named, oh God, what was her name? Coccinelle. That was her name.
Okay.
And so she became very famous there in Tel Aviv at that time, and when she was reigning, which was like I guess the 80s or 70s, and so all the men call trans women coccinelle.
Oh, but that's sweet though. Like, right? Isn't that sweet, folks? Like, you wouldn't expect that. Like, I was expecting like some rough ass thing, you know.
And homage to her.
I love that. Yeah. That's such a beautiful story. Her story's better than mine. That sucks. So, Danna, you were talking about the 80s and stuff like that. Yes. And, have you always written? Have you always wanted to write? Have you always wanted to write? You heard me? Wow, it's Monday. I'm so sorry. Have you always wanted to?
I grew up in Jersey.
Whoop, whoop.
In Jersey, and the town where Great Adventure is.
Yes.
And believe me, I was the Great Adventure.
She was the ride.
It was a lot. I mean, it was a lot. I learned what side of the street to walk on and, how to run, actually, like a track star. But school was very difficult for me. It was more about survival and trying to get from A to B from, 8 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. So learning was very difficult for me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
The thing was, I didn't have support with the teachers as well.
But what was that? Were you maneuvering your LGBTQ plus journey? Were you trying to figure out? Did you know that you were a girl, no matter what?
I was in my mom's heels since I can remember.
Okay.
My sister's makeup. It was always there.
This was you who you were, and that's it.
And as a teenager, it was the late 80s. So I luckily had all these amazing pop bands like Culture Club and Bow Wow Wow. And, you know, and even the heavy metal rock guys wore makeup.
We're very androgynous.
Right.
Yes.
So I got away with murder because I wore makeup.
Got it.
If anyone questioned it, you know, I would just like refer to a band.
Yeah,
you know?
You were like punk, sort of. Yeah.
And then close enough to 18, that's when I was like, I need to get out of here. And I went straight to the city. So I moved to Manhattan.
It's so funny that she says that because, you know, like she said, we have so much in common, you know? Like the second I met you, I was like, I feel this kismet. I feel like we were supposed to meet, right?
Yeah,
do you feel that too?
I do.
It's really weird.
I do.
Like from like our first 2 or 3 conversations, I was already like, sis, this, and blah, blah, blah. Yes. And do you know this? And it was like talking to somebody that I had been around for a while, you know? But I feel that we've walked a lot of the same paths. Like I'm also from Jersey. And like, you know, I grew up a little bit later than you, but still, like, I know that during that time, the safe space for us was the Village, was New York, was get into there. Even Times Square was more welcoming to LGBTQ plus than a lot of places in the outskirts, correct?
Yeah, and when I was a teenager, I would take the bus into the city all the time. And then I begged my mom, can I go to high school in the city? Because, you know, Fame was going on.
Oh, my God, Fame, yes! I love Jerome. Oh, my God, I love that guy. Oh, he could dance into the heavens. Yes. You guys know Fame. Don't look at me that way.
So, you know, my mom said, look, honey, I love you to death, and I get it. But, you know, it's just too far. You can't do it. So, but, you know, I wound up leaving high school. The end of 9th grade, I just couldn't take it anymore because the physical abuse was so hard everywhere. And I had an older brother, but he was very non-supportive and just as kind of physical and evil as like the neighbors. So it was really difficult. But my mom was so supportive, and she said,
"That's wonderful.
Why don't you do this? Why don't you go get your GED with the adults at night and go to night school?" So that's what I did.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
But what a wonderful, supportive mom to be able to do that. To see, I mean, again, she saw you go through so much shit for all these years, and then go, okay, how can I keep my child safe?
Yes.
You know, this would be a good way to go, while still making sure she gets her education.
Yes. And then after that, I went to hair school, and I became a stylist. And when I moved to New York City, I worked for Patricia Field, legendary costume designer.
Yes.
To the stars.
Yes. Well, didn't she do like Sex and the City and like everything? Yeah. But okay, but the beginning was when it was amazing. Yeah. Okay. When Sex and the City had a less budget, yes, they didn't know what the hell they were talking about when it came up to LGBTQ plus. They had no idea. They had to get a consultant later on. Then they added too much LGBTQ plus stuff, but we can get into that on another show, right? But that was the time where you would see the big dresses, the poofiness, the scarves, because I know you love scarves. Like it would be accessorizing.
Even in bed, because I just think it's so glamorous.
It is glamorous.
It reminds me a little of Crawford, you know. I need a script.
It does, right?
Where's the script?
But you even have like the look like Joan. Like you're like,
feeling it.
Yes, like I just want to hit somebody with a hanger.
It could be the ladybug.
Don't hit the ladybug.
No, for inspiration.
For inspiration, yeah. So your mom was supportive. That's you know, I mean, when the world is against you, someone like that means everything. You know?
Yeah, she was amazing, and I was the youngest out of 5, and so we were really best friends. And she had me when she was 41.
Oh.
So by the time she was 51, she was ready to party. And I was 10, so, you know, I was pretty advanced for my age. I used to go and steal my father's credit card, and I would say, Mom, let's redecorate the living room. It's hideous. And I said, who did this, Mom? Because I know you didn't. Well, your sisters picked it out. I said, oh, God.
My sisters have bad taste.
And we would redecorate, and, you know, it was really fun. You know, it was a good time growing up with her in the late 80s.
That's wonderful that you're able to hold on to those specific memories, right?
Yes,
because
definitely.
It's like, it's hard to not let the bad memories take over.
And I love my sisters. They're amazing. They're the 2 firstborn. But when I was born, my sister was 16. So she got married at 18. So she got the hook.
Yeah.
And then my other sister, too, was 14 when I was born. So, you know, they were already gone, married, and doing their thing.
Yeah, so, while you were growing up.
Yeah. But with writing, you know, I thought about writing, but I had so much self-doubt because of my lack of education. So I started just telling stories instead, and that was my writing. And then a couple years ago, I have an amazing friend, Bonnie Joyne. She's a poet. She's an amazing scholar. And she said, just start doing it and stop overthinking it. And
get it on paper.
Yeah,
get it down.
You just start doing it. And then my production partner and one of my best friends, Miss Candace Kane.
Oh, we're going to talk about her next. Yes.
She was at a time in her career where she was going audition after audition and not getting anything. So I remember I was in Lauderdale, Annie Wilk did, and she was in LA, and I said, "Girl, let's just write a script for you. Like, let's just write a show for you. This is ridiculous." And after reading so many scripts that gay men and straight people, they were writing for trans people.
Oh Lord!
But
they were watching the trans. They were writing the trans experience, not knowing what the trans experience actually is.
Yeah. So that's
how did that make you feel?
No, it was always hard because Candace would get roles in scripts, and I'm like, who's writing this? Like, this is ridiculous.
And they would they cast her as a trans woman?
They would, yes. And even for her first role, she was Dirty Sexy Money, and she played Billy Baldwin's mistress. When they first premiered it on TV, they literally altered her voice to sound more like
no
yes.
way, to make it sound deeper.
Yeah, like a man, because Candace
doesn't have that kind of voice.
Has the fishiest.
Yes.
She's so.
Oh my God! Yeah, she makes me sound very butch. Like, she makes me sound very butch, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, you know now, right? So your partner and star on Marry It's Mary Productions, Candace Kane, you had told me that you have known her since you were a little baby girl. You know?
Yeah, we met each other in 1990 in New York City, 91. Yeah. And then we just, she was a showgirl. And she was working in all the clubs, and she was turning it. She always yells at me because we're actually working on a script called Avenue D Stories. And I love to paint her as the Chelsea girl, Barracuda and Splash.
Yeah. I love Splash, but she doesn't want to think about the Alphabet City, Candace, right? Like, that's another kind of.
No, I know how I want to picture it. It's like, I was more Alphabet City, I was on the other side, okay? I didn't mind hitchhiking, so to speak. And, but Candace, wow, what a career she has had.
Yes, she has.
She really has.
Yes, she has.
Amazing.
And so a lot of people in I hate to say regular community, because it's not regular community.
No.
You know what I mean? Just normie world, I guess, right?
Ally community.
Not all allies. I can't even call them that, right? You're right. She likes to keep hope. A lot of people first learned of Candace when all the stuff with Caitlyn Jenner came out. When
yes.
Her show was called I Am Kate or something.
It was called I Am Kate, and Caitlyn is definitely on the right side of politics, and Candace tried her hardest to be like, girl,
what are you
like,
doing?
you're representing trans now.
Yeah.
And
oh my God, and she told her that.
Yeah, Candace was so trying to be so educational to her and try to make her understand and like break through that wall that you just kept running into. And when people talk about that, they don't mention that enough, because Candace really, they got into some arguments on that show, and Candace was authentic and honest and let Caitlyn have it.
And have
like,
her, yeah.
What are you doing?
And stuck to that. Because I saw an interview with Candace not too long ago. It was like a couple months ago, where somebody had asked her something like along the lines of like, are you still friends with Caitlyn? And she was like, no, unfortunately and fortunately, I've decided to cut all ties with her because unfortunately we can't agree, on life's politics right now, and she's on the wrong side of where she should be.
Yes.
Yes. There are moments that I feel bad for her, Danna. They're few and far apart, okay? Please understand that, okay? But I feel bad because we're a community and we try to be inclusive, right? And like she says that she wanted to be, that she was, I can tell from her documentaries and certain things like that she was trans her whole life and unfortunately had to wait till later to do so,
Exactly.
So that makes me feel bad. But then she goes, then she supports Trump, and then, she, and that right there is just a no-brainer that we can't, or at least for me, I can't say as LGBT, come, we've got you, you're part of our community. It doesn't come out naturally,
Candace
unfortunately.
I agree with you, of course. But the thing is that Candace was so educational and really tried so hard to have her see the light.
Yeah.
well, you know, it is what it is.
No, it is what it is.
Right.
It is what it is. And
Yeah.
and you know, and we got more Candace for it, which I say amen to that. I just you know, I would put it on mute when Caitlyn was talking, and then I'd put it back.
Oh my goodness.
It is what it is.
But now Candace has her own starring role on Secret Garden.
Oh my God. Secret Garden on Hulu. Make sure that you go check it out, all right? So it's kind of like a hot Martha Stewart in her garden. Okay?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how I looked at it, you know. But she's like so quirky and fun and like you want to be there with her. Like, you know.
The garden's so gorgeous. My log line for the show is a trans Martha Stewart meets Pee Wee Herman.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And you know, we got in touch with Pee Wee when we were writing the first season. And he reached back out and he said, you know, you girls, let them have it.
Oh,
I love the script.
That.
I'm so happy and proud of you ladies.
God, I love that.
But, you know, the thing was he was going through a really hard time. So sad. And so he just bowed out. You know, we wanted to have him as a guest star.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But he was, I mean, he passed away. Didn't he? He passed away
did.
and he was having a very,
having a rough time.
You can tell just by what you can see on the outside, right? What do we see on TV and social media, right? But it seems like he had like a rough go at it.
I think how they persecuted him and let him have it because he was in an adult movie theater watching an adult film, which is
I know that, Danna, but you whip your pee-pee out there, then there's laws against that.
But,
you know
was that the case? I don't know. I didn't hear that he did that.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, it's been so many years, you know. But I mean, but he definitely was persecuted for just being different, you know, because he never came out and said he was gay. He never came out and said anything for our community. He just was, and he liked what he liked, and unfortunately, people persecuted him.
And you know what, honey? Everyone's pulling shows. Trust. You know what I mean?
Trust. Let's talk about your projects though. Now that we started talking about the beautiful Miss Candace.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your projectos. Okay, so Diaper Doll. So let's talk about Diaper Doll because we had talked about Diaper Doll on A Queer News Tonight, and then we went to your unveiling where you were so generous to share your short film with us and Wilton Manors and No Manners. That was a whole lot of fun also. And of course, we've got to talk about, you know, Dannakin's very first TV role. She was supposed to be with us today, but me and her have like we have issues. Let's just say that me and Dannakin have issues.
I think you have a little history.
We have a little history. You know, we might have gotten crazy once when I was still drinking, and we haven't gotten past that. There's some shit we need to work out. Let's just say that.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I met Dannakin in Neiman Marcus. She was, you know, a supermodel in Fort Lauderdale before it closed, and she kept, you know, kind of asking me if I could help her escape.
Okay.
So I, you know, after a couple of weeks, I said, all right, I will. And so now she's my roommate. And, you know, she's very secretive about you, but I kind of put two together that you were dating her.
We did
briefly.
stuff. We did stuff. And you know, and she's more of a freak than she let on, and that's it. And we don't need to, you know, that's between me and her, and we'll hash it out when it's time. I think we will, you know. But I love how the tagline that it's like, how could something so pretty be so ugly?
Yes, that's her tagline. How can something so pretty be so ugly? Yeah, she's a lot. She's a lot. She is a lot, and she was in Wilton Discount Liquors, and like there was some drama, and then, you know, the owner asked like, "Is this a gay thing?" And I said, "No, she's a supermodel."
That's it. No, it's not a gay thing. She's a supermodel,
and she likes to drink, you know, and she's almost proud of it, which is
a lot. Okay, which was why we got along great for a certain amount of time, and then it just didn't work. But
if I could go back to Secret Garden really quick.
Please.
Okay. So when we wrote the villain, Miss Weed, she lives next door, and she's basically an actor phobic, following phobic, son of a bitch, balls to the wall, hateful lady. So we almost had Amanda Beards, the woman that was on Married with Children, the neighbor.
Yes.
She said, I would love to do it, Miss Weeds. So we were so happy about that, but it didn't work out.
Oh, darn.
And actually, before Amanda, there's an amazing friend of Candace's and mine. Her name is Andrea Metz, and she was going to play Miss Weeds first. So it was Andrea, and then it was Amanda. And then we were coming into filming, and we were stuck. So then Candace said, you have to play Miss Weeds. So I said, okay.
So that's how that happened.
That's how it happened.
Oh my God,
and
that's
it's
hysterical.
so much fun to yell at Candace.
Well, you don't. I mean, I thought you'd do that in real life too sometimes, right?
No.
Oh
But it
my
was
God.
fun, yeah. So Miss Weeds it's such a fun, she's such a fun character to play.
Yeah, no, we've
Yeah.
gotta, and listen, you can watch it right now on Hulu. So make sure that you add it to your watch
Yes,
list,
get
okay?
up
Because
in
we're
Miss
so
Weeds.
excited
She's a
that
pistol.
she's a pistol, but you're a pistol.
I am a
You're a pistol too. So okay, let's talk about Wilton Wins.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So I started writing a script. It's a documentary. It's about Wilton Manors, and I felt like I just needed to really give back because I love living in Wilton. I really do.
And she lives like in the heart of
I am
Wilton,
right
all
in
right?
the
She could
heart.
throw a rock
Yeah.
to any club from her house.
Yes, and I have met so many amazing people here in the community that I can be honored to say that are really good friends of mine and make me feel safe and comfortable and happy. And so I called Can and I said, let's do a documentary about Wilton. And she said, girl, go start writing. Just start writing because I know you. So I did. And then we found this amazing director that also did Die for Doll, Christopher.
Yes.
He's 24 years old.
Christopher,
He's incredible.
he also had a movie at our last Outshine Film Festival in Miami also recently.
Right.
Yes.
It's called Frog.
Yes.
Right.
No, he was amazing. He's amazing.
Frag.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Frag. Yeah.
Frag. And he's amazing. He's such a talented young man. Him and his gorgeous boyfriend, Matthew, are getting ready to move to the new East Coast Hollywood, which is Atlanta, Georgia. Thanks to yeah, and Tyler Perry, honey, that studio.
That's
huge.
true. That's true. That's true.
And you know the young kids are going there. They're not going to LA. Sorry, Candace. They're going to Atlanta.
It's a little cheaper. It's
Yeah,
just,
it's
you know,
cheaper.
I mean,
it's
the money
not a guess.
calls.
Yeah. So his Christopher, our director, we call him Kiki, and so he's the director of Wilton Wins, the documentary. So we've been running around town, and it's been quite an adventure. And I feel like it's a porthole into personalities.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's what it's about.
And when do you think that would be out?
Well, we're hoping to get done wrapping it up probably like a month. And then it will go into post-production. I have to find a great editor if anyone's out there
You hear that?
and wants to be a part of this amazing project that is so super positive and features our amazing LGBTQ plus community.
I love that.
And really honors them.
I love
And
that. I
yes,
love that. And I'm a part of it, right? So you could see me on it.
So Faye this was I'm getting to the icing to the cake.
Oh, this is the icing, the sprinkles.
Yeah,
All right.
sugar, powder. So the thing is, the tea is that Faye agreed to be one of our guest correspondents, a celebrity guest correspondent, and she has been turning it out. Oh my God, it's a secret. We can't really talk about the actual segment, but let's just say this. This segment is going to be called Lady Leaders. And what better person to host this segment but Miss FayWhat?
What?
Hello.
Right? Someone who just is enamored and follows lady leaders around. So I'm good. I'm good with that.
Amazing. You know, it's funny. The thing about anything with production, when you see the crew watching so intensely, you know it's a hit. You know it's a hit.
I love that.
Yeah.
And and what I love about, by what I've seen, right? What I've seen about the vision is that they want to see Wilton as a whole, like all the little parts that it entails from the history to where they see it in the future. And that was something that like really got me, because Wilton is going through a lot of change right now. And in the next few years, Wilton will look very different, you know? So it's interesting, the viewpoint that you are trying to get across, because there's people in Idaho that have heard of Wilton, but have never been here,
Yeah.
There's people in Miami that don't know how Wilton started.
It's true. And a friend of ours, Dr. Summers, he has been on Queer News Nightly. We were together on that show, and we were talking the other week, and he said, the migration of Miami, slowly is coming to Wilton as far as LGBT plus community. I see it more and more.
Yeah. Well, my good friend Al Ferguson, who's also on Queer News Tonight, he always says, okay, when the last person leaves Miami, turn off the light, right? Because so many people, because it's an influx of people that have dedicated their lives to South Florida, so they refuse to go any further, but they're going to Broward because, girl, like the congestion, the
know.
money. I mean, Miami's
know.
just gone. It takes a lot of work to live in Miami.
It does.
And it takes a lot of money to live in Miami.
It does. And it's built on coral. So all those little gorgeous 1960s Mad Men bridges, they're like the water is like touching the tires
Oh my
now.
God.
It's really scary.
I didn't think about all that.
Yeah,
Now
I'm
really
scared.
scares me.
Miami scares me.
Let's talk about your Miami scares me. I had invited her to an event down there. She's like, Miami
You know what?
scares
It's
me.
not that Miami scares me.
Miami
I
scares
love
me.
Miami. It's cute. But 95 is the worst for me. I don't know. Maybe I hit an age where I'm like, I'm not 95. It shows. I remember when I was in a bikini driving down a hall over Nude Beach.
Yes.
And doing shows in my Mustang and with the truck drivers and all that. Like,
Yes,
weird.
hey.
But now I'm kind of white knuckling it. I'm just like, this is so crazy, 95.
No. And it could be Sunday at 1 p.m.
Dangerous.
And it'll
like,
be
people
a jam.
love to like play chicken.
Completely.
I was like, honey, don't play chicken with me because you don't want to play chicken with me.
I know. I'd never play chicken with you. Let's talk about doctor's orders.
Oh my God. So this project is so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. Again, because living in Wilton Manor since 2006, almost 20 years now, my healthcare system of all these amazing, I call them health heroes, my doctors, have been taking care of me. And being a transhuman, it's a hard thing to find.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. So I decided after Secret Garden wrapped, I got a little depressed because I wasn't on set, I wasn't hanging out with the crew. And I was sad. So I said, let me write a new show. So I decided to write doctor's orders and feature these amazing health heroes doctors that are in my community and that are mine.
I love that.
Yeah. So I started writing it and I wrote the characters in a fictional way, right? The doctors in a fictional way. And this is a great story. And I wanted dermatologists, right? And I thought, oh, let me get two gay twin dermatologists. Let's pretend that their parents own this old shady dermatology center in Wilton Manors that's like about to fall down. And then I thought, oh, they can pretend to take it over and send the parents to Europe. And then they can redo the whole, place. And we'll call it Dimples Dermatology. And we'll have them really gorgeous young gay men with dimples. And so I wrote all the characters, the fictional doctors out. And then I talked to Andrea Metz, which is a very successful producer, showrunner. And she said, why don't you just go cast it, girl? What are you doing? Why are you writing?
Why are you still writing it? Go find the person.
Yeah, just go and find your doctors. And so I was very intimidated to even bring it up to them. But my first amazing doctor, Dr. Constable at Boca Dental on Wilton Drive, and he's my dentist for a long time. And I said, I'm pitching a show about doctors. It's a reality show. Would you be on it? And he said, oh my God, I would love to. Go talk to my office assistant. She'll give you whatever you want. So then it just snowballed. And then Renato Silva from G21 Fitness, I always drive by that gym, but I never went in it. I always thought it was so sexy, and I said, well, there has to be a lot of young, sexy men in there. So I went in there, and sure enough, Renato came out, and then he introduced me to his staff. And one of the trainers was on the hamster. Have you seen this machine? It's Brazilian. It's amazing. It's a basic hamster wheel.
Okay.
And they kind of like, I guess they serve.
Oh, side to side. Yeah.
Oh my God. And then when I got my dermatologist for real, Z-Rock Dermatology, Dr. Zaraga, so adorable. Guess what? He has dimples.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, and then he has a partner. He doesn't have a twin brother, but he has a partner that looks like a sister, and they're actually partners, even though I wrote it in fictional. And her name is Dr. Connie Wong Kitty Rock, which I cannot stop saying.
Literally, that's her name?
That's her name, Dr. Connie Wong Kitty Rock. And so after the second time, she goes, girl, you can call me Connie. I said, are you kidding with a name like that?
Right? Never. I'm going to call you all of it from
Dr.
wherever I'm
Connie
at.
Wong Kitty Rock is superstar. It's like legendary. Yeah.
I love that.
And then I found a sexologist, and I thought, wow, a gay sexologist, how much fun.
I
Dr.
love that.
Davison. Yeah, really amazing. And so it just all came together, the cast.
I love that. You get so happy when you talk about your projects. Like, you could
yes.
just tell how passionate you are about them,
really,
you know?
I really am. I would love to see this happen. Because, for young trans people and gay and les and everything, if they could maybe be in the middle of America where they're so frightened of, even thinking of
Going to a doctor.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they can see this representation within this beautiful town that we live in. and how they all know each other, the doctors, and they all support each other, and they all have amazing nonprofit organizations to help everyone as well.
I love that, and they cater to our community. You know, I mean,
They
they have
really
all
do.
they have straight people as well, but I mean the fact that they know our community because they're a part of our community.
Yes.
You know, so that's incredible. I'm excited for all of Danna Davis's projects. I got to figure out how to get on all of them. I'm gonna go to medical school real quick. I'm gonna go become a dermatologist. I'll figure it all out. I'll do it.
I don't know. I got some pitches for you, Miss Faye. Well, honey, I have been writing a little bit in the middle of the night.
Oh my
with this one goddess in mind.
What?
And she's sitting on this bed right now.
Yes, Luna.
No.
I can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah.
So, Danna, we're gonna finish today's interview with a game. Is that cool with you?
I love it.
Okay, mi amor. So you gotta fix your scarf there,
We're gonna
my
get-
darling.
very
So the game is called Say What with FayWhat, and basically I tell you two things. It's a lightning round. I tell you two things, and you choose one of the two things. Okay. So quickly, like if I say black or white.
Okay, black.
Okay, like that. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Saltburn or baby reindeer?
Baby reindeer.
Dogs or cats?
Cat.
Stiletto or wedge?
Stiletto.
Salad bar or dessert bar?
Salad.
I've gone out to eat with her, let's just say. Chocolate or cookies and cream?
Chocolate.
Tight ass or giving good face? A tight ass or someone who's giving good face?
Okay,
Answer!
Can the tight ass be full? I like a man.
Yes,
with a-
yes, yes. It's a
tight ass,
bubble
tight
butt.
ass.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
I want some
okay.
meat on that.
She's serious too.
I'm serious.
Drive or be driven?
Drive.
Little Nas X or Eminem?
Nas.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Whole Foods or Publix?
Ooh, that's hard.
She's like, neither.
I don't like them.
I
either.
Instacart.
I do. I'll say Aldi.
Aldi, yes!
Okay,
That's for the broke
Aldi.
people like me. I love me some Aldi. If you
That's
steal
a
my
steal, honey.
Yo, but the biggest fight I had with
It's
Teresa,
fierce.
you want to hear what the biggest
me,
fight I had with
tell me.
Teresa? That bitch took my Aldi quarter.
Oh,
I almost
no.
lost
Oh, my
it.
God.
I almost lost it.
But you know, I have to tell you, the men in Aldi are they're cuter. Listen, I know these things. I watch. I'm very like I notice everything around me.
That's what you
The
need to
men
know.
and you know, I do love a beard. I do love a beard on a
Oh
man.
my God. We do. We do love a beard. Okay, Jeep or convertible?
Convertible.
Chinese or sushi?
Chinese.
Oprah Winfrey or Michelle Obama?
Obama.
Morning sex or shower sex?
Both.
I'm not even gonna finish this because it's just like, both.
Yeah.
Both, bitch.
Yes, honey.
Both.
Come
Red or pink?
Pink.
Of course.
Yes.
Thank you, Danna Davis,
Oh my
for being on the
God.
FayWhat Show. I love you so much. You have no idea.
Wow,
Look
thank
into
you
the
so
camera
much.
and do me a favor and do your best FayWhat.
Oh my God, Faye, what?
Yeah, pam.
Learn it, honey. Learn it. Get it.
Learn it.
Get it.
I effing love her. All right, make sure that you follow Danna Davis and It's Mary Productions on all social media outlets, okay?
Hulu.
And also watch Secret Garden on Hulu with Candace Kane, and you'll see this beautiful face there as well. Okay,
Well
add
done.
it to your watch list because it's just going to be so, everything that you're doing is exciting, and I can't wait to see all of it
Thank
all.
you
And you
so-
deserve all of this.
You're so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I love being in your show. And I love being on this bed. And this little puppy is so
That
cute.
little puppy right there.
And, you know, the people behind the camera can't really see what's going on.
Yeah, no, they can. They can see everything. She's looking at Alex Tikas, who's
There's
going to
a-
be in
there's
bed
a-
with me like next, right? And like he's this gorgeous adult film star. So she's just staring at him through
No,
the
but I'm
camera while I'm
warming-
trying to say goodbye to her. Do you see this?
I'm warming up the bed. for
Is that
him.
what? Yeah,
Let's
no,
just
no,
say that.
no, no. She definitely warmed it up. All right, give it up for Danna Davis. I love you, love you, love you.
Girl. Thank you
We
so
will be right
much.
back.
Thank you.